Blessed are the cracked, for they let the light in. In a world of tragedy and travesty, it's sometimes hard to see the misery from the masterpiece and the canvas from the chaos. It's highly impossible and implausible to reconcile some of these theological complexities with antiquated but animated expositions that divorce truth from Plato's allegory. We are more than shadows on a wall. We are people that do not need your permission to exist. There are some things I did not understand until I understood them, and there are some people I did not know until I faced the fact that I never knew them, including myself. See, I used to miss the stars searching for the moon, and I allowed myself to get consumed by antipathy and regret. I believe that racial reconciliation in America is an oxymoron, and I believe Dred Scott would agree. I'm tired of the story starting from the place on the underbelly of glory. Until the lion has a historian, tales of hunting will always glorify the hunter. And ain't nobody in my family got heads on their wall. The truth is a minefield of fallacies and cultural customs masquerading as law. I'm as awe of how some of us can worship together but idolize stars and stripes. Don't believe the hype. The Constitution was not written by God himself. I know that it's a pill that's hard to swallow, somewhat like a razor-bladed piece of American pie. Know that my liberty is not contingent upon your approval. How can the oppressor tell the oppressed the means by which he shall be liberated? We don't need to deliberate it. Let's just simply get free. Because instead of the playground to the college classroom, our children go from the penitentiary and elementary to the penitentiary, all because of misinformation and miseducation and pipelines that flow towards mass incarceration and despair. Lord, do you weep when you see us? Tell me if you care. Jehovah, despite not knowing your blueprint, I know that you'll meet me in the middle of my hard-knock life to help me deal with my reasonable doubt. Blessed are the cracked, for they let the light in. And we are right in position to make a difference. And from my own admission, I haven't done enough to burn that white flag and unapologetically erect one that is black. Beautiful is the new us, and we are back. In fact, we never left. We were just awaiting to be awakened. So wake up. It's almost tomorrow again. Take the mask off and know we can't focus on the future by sleeping in. This ain't some minuscule mantra about melanin, but it's a divine call and a revolution telling people we're only taking applications printed in pen. My blackness did not save me. Neither did it reduce my property value. See, I've been bought with a price, and you cannot pay me enough not to love him to life. I'm talking about the one that still turns misery into masterpieces and is the wonderful author, not the one whose name was transcribed on the sides of transatlantic slave ships or resemble Farrah Fawcett's father. Why bother trying to sit in the place of lamenting when we can celebrate the permeating truth that God took up color pencils to stencil our destiny, and he has given us the tools to incite change. I ain't simply talking petty petitions, prayer divorced from action, but everything has a season and its purpose, and although seemingly worthless, God will not waste your experiences. Sometimes our greatest frustrations are problems we have been put here to solve. So I've resolved that my making a difference must be deeply embedded in my irritations as well as my divine reconciliation to God and his creation. In other words, I got to know that I know that I know that I know that God don't make no junk, and I ain't no punk. So I'll face fear, push past cultural pestilence, walk on the waters of weariness towards an irrefutable black power theology rooted in self-sufficiency and intimacy in him. Let's get free, y'all. We don't need someone's permission to exist. We are fearfully and wonderfully made and beautifully and colorfully displayed. Beautiful is the new us. We are fearfully and wonderfully made and beautifully and colorfully displayed. Although at times it seems like we are at our wits' ends and we're losing some of our non-pigmented friends, the reality is he is still the one that turns misery into masterpieces and pants on canvas from chaos and is the wonderful hope. My brothers and sisters, my friends and family, my boys and my girls, my constituents, and to all of God's little children, don't get lost in the sauce and let your mask masquerade the truth. Simply keep your head up, stay steadfast, and know in him there's always irrefutable hope. Thank you.